On Saturday, Governor Jerry Brown finally signed into law the second half of Assembly Bill 131 of the DREAM Act. This act will allow undocumented immigrant students the opportunity to apply and receive state financial aid.
So it was Saturday morning, I was getting ready to go to breakfast, and my co-chair actually called me and she just says, "Gladys, did you hear?" And I was just like, "No, what are you talking about?" She was like, "AB 131 just signed, Governor Brown signed it." And I was just kind of like, I just jumped, and one of my roommates was in the room with me, and then she was like, "What's going on?" So I told her, and we both started jumping and screaming, and I started crying a little bit because, you know, overwhelming joy.
UC Berkeley held a press conference on Monday where RISE organization members praised the passage of the act.
This is truly a victory for the students of California, and I'm proud to be here to witness this historic moment for the California higher education system. I admire all of the incredibly brilliant and talented students who have worked tirelessly for the DREAM Act over the past several years, and I want to give a special thank you to Assemblyman Gil Cedillo and Chancellor Bergeneau for championing this long-deserved right for undocumented students.
However, people are already opposing its passage. GOP Assemblymember Tim Donnelly is making plans to overturn the DREAM Act by implementing a legislative referendum that will freeze the act. He says that the DREAM Act is encouraging illegal immigration, but RISE members at the conference disagreed.
In no way does this bill encourage illegal immigration. On the other hand, it encourages students to seek higher education and to become educated and to become the best that they can be, and that's the only thing I feel like this bill encourages.
No matter how much negativity is going to come of it, we all know that in the long run, it is more important that we are educating our people in California.
CalTV was able to speak with Gil Cedillo last week, the author of the DREAM Act, who says that this law has been a long fight for equal access to education.
There's no more important time to fund AB 130, 131. California needs a workforce for the future. It needs an educated workforce. It's the only way that we're going to be competitive in the global economy. Do we have the funding? The answer is yes. It's already been funded for over 10 years. It's been part of the funding formula for a decade, and yet these students have been denied access to funds that have been set aside for them. And so it's very important for us at this moment not to waste one talented person who can be part of the future of California's economy.
Indeed, Assemblymember Cedillo's wish became a reality, and now many undocumented students will receive funding for their education.
I'm an AB 540 student, and due to the fact that the bill was signed, I'm glad it did, because now I don't have to worry about how to pay for tuition, because right now I was worrying, like I was gonna take a semester off because I wasn't able to pay it. But now, due to the signing of the DREAM Act, I could go to college and pursue my dreams.
Even though we had AB 540 before, which allows some students to qualify for in-state tuition, that was not enough for students to actually afford to go to school. And so there were several of them who were competing for a limited amount of private scholarships. Now this is going to open up the pathway for them to have access to education.
Despite its passage, members at the press conference agree that there's a long journey ahead to pass this on a federal level. AB 131 of the DREAM Act is a milestone for undocumented students and their right to education. Reporting for CalTV, I'm Ana Carlos.
Everywhere we go, people want to know.